is what you need to do about the final project. So pay attention very well. The final project is actually a sociological research. A sociological research. What do we mean by a sociological research? It is a research about a sociological, a social phenomena or topic within your observations in the society. Okay, you belong to different social circles in the society. You have your neighborhood, you have your university, you have your relatives, you have your family, you have your peer group, and and you might have your workplace as well. Okay, so those are some of the social circles that you belong to. Of course, in those social circles, there are some social phenomena or behavior that might take place, and because you already understand what is sociological imagination, you ask yourself why this thing is taking place. What are the causes of such a thing in the society? And what would be the consequences of this thing? Or what is the impact of a particular independent variable on a particular dependent variable? What do you mean by an independent variable and a dependent variable? The independent variable is a social factor that is causing some impact on something else. Like, for example, if we have if we have an increasing rate of unemployment, and we ask a question, how the crime rate got influenced by the increasing unemployment rate. Where is the independent variable now, and where is the dependent variable? The independent variable, okay, is the unemployment rate. Why? Because we are trying to understand how the unemployment rate impacted the crime rate. Okay, so in this case, in this particular example, the crime rate will be what? The crime rate will be the dependent variable. Okay, it is better. The easiest way to have a topic and a research question in a sociological research which is precise and academically acceptable is to keep in mind that you will ask about the impact of a particular independent variable on a particular dependent variable in a particular society, within a particular social group, within a particular time limit. Okay, you get it? So for example, my own example, if I'm doing a research about the impact of switching to online education on the level of academic cooperation between students in UCW in 2020. So now I have an independent variable, which is what? The switch to online education. And I have a dependent variable, which is what? Which is the level of academic cooperation between students. And I have a particular social group, okay, which is UCW, the students of UCW. Okay, and make sure that this social group is not too big. For example, if we are talking about the University of British Columbia, so it is a bigger university with larger number of students, so you need to make it a specific class, for example. You need to narrow down the social group as much as possible in order to be doable by beginner students like you. You get it? Okay. And we have also, we said that there is a particular time limit, which is what? The academic year of 2020. Okay? Please don't use this example at all. This is just an example that I'm using in every class in order to clarify to the students what they need to think about. So you need to think about a different independent variable, a different dependent variable, and the social group and the time limit of this research. Okay? Which time limit? I don't mean the time limit of doing the research. I mean which time limit you are doing, you are collecting the information about the things that happened within which time limit. For example, some researchers take the last 10 years, some researchers take the last 5 years, some researchers take only the last academic year. Okay? You get it? Okay. Accordingly, you need to apply what you have learned in chapter 2. Okay? You asked about a clear, precise research question. And if it is not precise, make it precise. If it is general, narrow it down until it becomes very focused and very precise. Okay? And then you need to say which kind of data you are targeting. Are you targeting independent data? I'm sorry, are you targeting qualitative data or quantitative data, or both? And are you targeting primary sources or secondary sources, or both? Are you targeting or which tools you are going to use in order to gather the required information? Which tools you are going to use in order to gather the required information? If you are using the secondary sources, okay, so are you using the previous researches or articles from newspapers or governmental statistics, or what exactly? If you are using primary sources, are you using questionnaires or interviews or observation? If you are using questionnaires, which kind of questions you are asking? Okay, the open-ended questions or the closed-ended questions, and why? If you are using interviews, which kind of interviews you are doing? Are you doing a structured interviews or unstructured interviews or semi-structured interviews, and why? If you are using observation, are you doing participant observation? Are you using non-participant observation? And considering the the few days in which you have to prepare this research, so you might say that observation will not fit with this for this research because it needs a long time. Okay, so I will use the interviews or the questionnaires instead. Okay, so you need to see what fits with your needs and with your abilities in this research, and always explain why you are doing this and you are doing that. Okay, and once you gather the data, you will analyze this data, you will make conclusions, right? And you will explain everything in a Word document. Okay? And for this project, I'm not requiring you to use any style. So you don't have to use ABA style or any other style. You are free to use whatever style you like. Pay attention, please, Harmanjot. Okay? You are free to use whatever kind of a style of writing you like. Okay? You don't have to stick to a particular number of words. It's free. Okay? I don't care about the number of words. I care about the originality and the and your ability to produce a genuine research that is not copied from anybody, that is not recycled from anybody, that you didn't take this research from another student before you and you change a little bit here and there and you paraphrased it and you presented it as if it is your own research, because in this case it will be considered plagiarism and the student can get zero in the whole course. Okay, so the most important thing is here what is the originality. I want the words to be your own words. Okay, and we will have a location next Monday. Okay, in which you can submit the written part of the research. Okay, and only one student in the group will submit the written part of the research, but will write the name of both partners in the title, in the submission title, so I know from looking at it that for example, Harmanjot and Parneet have participated in this research. Okay, you get it? Okay, so don't ask me about the number of words, don't ask me about any limitations. The only limitation, the only restriction is what is the originality. Okay, being genuine. Okay, the academic honesty. This is the only restriction. Okay, you finish the written part. Now, let's. I'm sorry, Harjot. I will give an example about Harmanjot and Parneet. Okay, so Harmanjot and Parneet will start a Teams meeting with each other. Either Parneet will start the Teams meeting and will invite Harmanjot, or the opposite. Okay? Or they can also do a Zoom meeting, whatever. Either a Teams meeting or Zoom meeting. And you will record this meeting. And you will present your whole research while you are looking at the camera exactly as I'm looking at you right now. Okay? Don't look anywhere, don't read from anywhere. You have to prove that the research is your own research and you know everything about it and everything is stored in your mind. Okay? So you will present in front of the camera, whether you are using slides or not using slides. The most important thing is what? Is that you will look at the camera and I will see you presenting. Okay? You get it? Okay, and you will record everything. After you finish recording, it will be downloaded to your computer. Okay? Go to your YouTube channel. Okay? Upload this video to your YouTube channel and make it public and not private, because when you send the private link, I cannot watch it. Okay? And make it public. Okay? And after that, go to the other submission box, and each of you, not only one person in the group, but each member in each group will submit the link of the video to the submission box. Okay? And please try to test this link from another account while you are not logged into your own account to make sure that it works fine. Okay? You get it? So this is everything you need to do. Any more
Professor,
questions?
there is only Turnitin link there.
Uh,
Uh,
Harjot, you will have to you will have two places. Don't look at the submission locations now. You will have two submissions. One submission will be the turn it in, or that is the written part,
yeah.
and the other submission will be the video, and that will be in a forum. Why in a forum? So
Okay.
every other student in the class will be able to watch your video. Okay? And
Yeah.
then we will come to class next Tuesday. Okay? And in Tuesday, I will ask every student some oral questions about the research. Why? To make sure that the question actually knows to make sure that the student actually knows information about his or her own research, okay, and the student actually played an active part in preparing for this research and didn't depend on the partner, okay. So I will ask you oral questions in the class, and you need to be able to answer whatever those questions are, okay.
Yes, Professor.
You understand me now?
Yeah. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.